That's love. That's love. That's love. That's love. Love is like the sun on your skin. Always there, but easily forgotten. That's love. That's love. That's love. That's love. Love heals wounds unseen with no words, with no expectations. That's love. That's love. That's love. Love. Love is your favorite ice cream being brought to you by your favorite person. That's love. 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 That's love.
Oh, echo. Yeah, y'all know. Echo. Da, 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 echo. Don't wanna let it go. Echo, don't wanna let you go. Echo, don't wanna let you go. Echo, 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 don't wanna let it go. No, echo, don't wanna let you go. Echo, don't wanna let you go. Echo, I must admit, girl, I'm nervous. It's kinda hard to determine, but I don't care, girl, I'm all in, all in, all in. I stand where you can see me. No playing, girl, believe me. I mean it, oh. Echo, don't wanna let it go. Echo, don't wanna let you go. Echo, don't wanna let you go. Echo, 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 don't wanna let it go. Echo, don't wanna let you go. Echo, don't wanna let you go.
I want to welcome you to the house that Earl builds, the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartRadio station. With over 70 shows, 70 to 150 hosts and co-hosts, streaming 24/7 on your smart device with internet access. I want you to know that I am big and beautiful. I want you to know that I'm fat and fabulous. I want you to know that I'm plump and pure pretty. I'm getting curvy and I've always been cute. But most of all, I'm confident. I'm the boss lady of Rhythm Flow Radio host, Katie Lowe. And we have a great show lined up for you today. Sitting to my immediate right, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because you know yourself better than I do.
Hey y'all, how you doing? My name is Candace, and I'm overjoyed to be here today with Miss Katie Lowe.
Girl, you say your name, Candace.
Candace May.
Candace May.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on, I got to get some in my bag. Just give me a second. Let me pull it out. When she said her name was Candace, everybody know. Watch the have and the have not. Candace is my girl. I'm telling you.
I didn't know that.
They done said a lot of things about Candace, but Candace got it. Do you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
Girl, you have
Tell
to
me about
watch
her.
it. It comes on. They're getting ready. It's a Tyler Perry, one of the Tyler Perry series,
Mm-hmm.
and it's getting ready to return. I don't know if it's returning tonight or next Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to watch this chick named Candace on there.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, she's something else. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Oh my God.
But you have to check it out. But anyway, listen, I'm glad that everybody tuned in. Candace has a lot on her plate, and she can sing, and she's from my neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very proud to have you. But before we get into the meat of the show,
Mm-hmm.
we got to talk about some hot topics. There's
Let's
some.
do it. I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah, let's
Because,
go.
girl, there's some things that are trending on Facebook.
Mm.
And I got to talk about this one thing. Now, this has been, I posted this article on my page,
Mm-hmm.
and it was about a man down he was in Texas. And for some reason, he had an incident with the police.
Mm-hmm.
And they put a noose around his neck. See, it's all over the news right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they walked him through town. A black man in 2019
What?
put a noose on his neck and walked him through town. These were police who were on horses. I guess they called them mounted police. They put a noose around his neck and walked him through town. So I saw the article. I believe it was like maybe 10 days ago. So I
Mm-hmm.
posted it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been hearing all over CNN and all over ABC. They're talking about it now.
Yeah.
But this is 2019.
How old was he? What? Why?
This
What?
this was a full grown man in his probably in his 40s or something. And he had a run in with them. And they walked him through the town with people looking with this noose around his neck. I want to say this is 2019. A lot of things that are happening in the world today are happening because of that idiot that we have sitting there occupying our house
Mm-hmm.
at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to call his name. I can think of a lot of things I could call him,
Mm.
but I ain't doing that either because I don't want the Secret Service over here knocking on Intellectual Radio's door.
I got a question for
Come
you.
on with it.
Do you think he's the problem, or do you think he's a product of the problem?
Oh, he's a problem. He is a product of the problem.
Okay. Okay.
See, I'm glad you asked me that. Let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you racism. Racism will always exist as long as all you got to do is have one. And it's a saying, one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch.
Mm-hmm.
So long as you got that idiot up there in the White House who is spewing racism,
Mm-hmm.
when he talk about immigration, we are all immigrants. Everybody in the United States of America is an immigrant, but the American Indian. Those are the
Yeah.
only people that have a legal right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting at home and one of them American Indians called me on the phone. And he said, Miss Lowe, is that you? I said, yeah. He said, we should have built a wall and kept Trump out. And he wasn't lying.
My ancestors weren't immigrants.
My
They
ancestors.
were brought here. My
That's right.
ancestors.
Well, see that. Listen,
Yeah.
there's two types of immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
Those that came here legally
Mm-hmm.
and those that came here illegally. We came here legally because they bought us here. Our ancestors here as slaves. We have a right to be here. Okay. There was one time in American history. Do you know that there were more black people than there were whites? Because of slavery. They
Mm-hmm.
just kept bringing the slaves over.
Mm-hmm.
Slaves started having children and families because Master wanted them to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't let me talk about Master because I'm gonna get on this subject in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But they bought our ancestors here, so they wanted them to be fruitful and multiply, so
Yeah.
that they could have their slaves to work the fields.
Because monetary
Terry,
reasons.
that's
Yeah.
right. That is
more
right.
people that were there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, cattle that they consider them
That's
cattle.
right. 3/5 of a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So long as you have that idiot sitting up in the White House spewing that type of information, we're going to always have a problem. You see, those, I call them cells, they were asleep.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't woke. But when Donald Trump got in the, oh, I said his name. Dog, I got to clean my mouth out. Hold, excuse me.
All right.
Can't do that no more. Anyway, uh, as I was saying, as long as you got one,
Mm.
and that one, when he got in the White House, that's all he talked was racism.
Mm-hmm.
And by him talking racism, he woke a lot of people up.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of racist people that were around here that wouldn't dare
Say,
come.
now they bold.
Oh,
Because they're like, my president supports me with my bad behavior.
and you're right.
That's
And
the
you're
only
right.
reason. So,
And he does support their bad behavior.
exactly.
And that's why we have all of these killings.
Exactly.
Okay? Now, if it's an African American male, which you very seldom see an African American out there with a gun shoot excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
shooting up a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
he's a criminal. But when some white man or some white boy,
Mm-hmm.
I like to say white boy because they always called my brother, hey boy, when they was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But when they go out and they commit one of these crazy crimes,
Mm-hmm.
what they say? They say he's sick.
They're giving a backstory. They're giving humanity.
That's right.
We're not giving that.
That's right. We got to stop that.
I know.
Okay.
How do we take back our story?
How do we take back our story? It's a thing called togetherness,
Mm-hmm.
which for some reason we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I hate to say this. When I look at my race of people,
Mm.
we always cutting each other up.
Mm.
We don't respect each other.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even say good morning to each other. We'll walk
Yeah.
down the street and see each other and go the other way to keep saying good morning.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
Okay.
Going to the grocery store. Sometimes somebody will just come up to me and just be on me. And I'll be like, you want to make this purchase for me? Because I got the money to buy
Okay.
my stuff.
Okay.
But you want to be all up in my space.
But
So,
if you're going to be in my space, say good morning.
hello.
Okay.
How you doing?
They won't say good morning.
I see you.
And then another thing, when I say we don't respect each other, I mean we have no respect.
Hmm.
Okay?
Hmm.
We try to cut each other's throat. We don't give each other compliments.
Mhm.
I don't care if the sister has nappy and her clothes is raggedy and she's homeless. You can still say good morning. She's a human being. She's just between blessings.
Exactly.
Okay? Because when her blessing hit, you ain't gonna even know it's her. She's gonna look like everybody else.
Exactly.
But this is the kind of world that we live in. And we need to bond. We need to learn to love each other.
Mm-hmm.
We really, really do. We just I don't know. I don't wanna sound like that I'm hard on our people.
Oh,
But I just think that we need to
you
learn.
care.
I guess we don't. I guess
Yeah.
we don't love
Yeah.
each other
Yeah.
because I think if we loved each other, you see that love has to start with self. It has to
Mhm.
come from within.
Yeah.
So if we learn to love ourselves, then we know how to love other people.
Exactly.
So I guess a lot of people have not learned how to love themselves.
Themselves. And to see the worth and the beauty of themselves.
Oh, girl, preach on it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I think that's where it starts. It starts with children. That's why I write the music that I do. That's what I do because it's a ripple. It starts from a young age. You practice everything that we do is a practice. You practice kindness. You practice being mean. I could say some other words for mean, but you practice all these things. We didn't come into this world knowing how to do anything. how to wipe your own butt. So you're gonna practice how to be kind to each other, how to give each other a second chance or a third chance.
And that's why I say that white man and that white man in the
Mhm.
White House
Mm,
is teaching hate.
that is okay.
See,
That is
he's
just
not
okay.
teaching. He's not teaching love.
He's modeling.
Okay, modeling.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
okay,
modeling. That's what I
all
would say.
right.
Because he don't have two brain cells to rub together to teach.
No, he
Like
doesn't.
as a teacher, like I'm just like, don't even with his name attached. Jesus.
I just say you know. I mean, we're living in this world, and like yesterday
Mm.
when I heard that there was a man over at the VA hospital over on Damon with an assault weapon, and he was shooting up.
I didn't know that.
Well, let me tell you,
Yes, please.
there was a man over
Hmm.
there, and he had an assault weapon, and he did some shooting.
Hmm.
He didn't kill anybody. He didn't kill anybody, and they apprehended him,
Hmm.
and they didn't kill him.
Hmm.
They didn't even fire not one gun. Not one shot was fired.
Hmm.
Now he did some shooting, but he was outside of the hospital, and he said that he was looking for somebody that hit him. And he went inside and he did do some shooting. And they said that he went, I guess, like on the second floor to the pharmacies.
Hmm.
And there was a black guy. I don't know if he was an officer or if he worked at the VA, but he was talking to the guy. And he said, "Hey, man, you don't have to do this." And by the time he said that, these were, I guess, federal police
Hmm.
around that patrol the VA.
Yeah.
They apprehended him. Not one shot was fired. I couldn't believe it. I
With an
could
assault
not
rifle.
believe that they didn't kill him.
Yeah.
But then I remembered these are federal police.
Hmm. These are not state and local police.
These are not Chicago
Yeah,
police.
they're state police. They're not local
Right.
police. Yeah.
So I said, boy, if the Chicago police had got, I wonder if he would have lived.
I don't know.
I wonder. I always said I wonder if he would have lived. And the reason being is that all the shootings that we have in Chicago,
Hmm.
most of the African American men of color,
Hmm.
which they are being killed.
Hmm.
And I wonder if at the police academy, are you taught shoot to kill,
Yes.
point blank, just
Yes.
shoot him and kill him? Or are you taught to diffuse the situation
Hmm.
or maim that individual? You can shoot him in the knee.
The, the reason why I say yes so like
Hmm.
adamantly,
Hmm.
my father is a retired federal police officer.
Is he?
Yeah. So without disclosing information that is not my own, but definitely they are taught to shoot to kill, to shoot like to shoot and fire, to yeah, to kill a being and not to just
But
disable them or disarm them, but they're taught to use
I
lethal
wonder
force.
why come these officers didn't shoot this man though.
Yeah.
They didn't shoot him. I mean, they didn't wound him. All they did was apprehended
Hmm.
him inside
Hmm.
of the VA hospital
Hmm.
over on Damon. I wonder why they didn't kill him.
My brain is like, what was his race?
African American.
Okay. So
Tell me why they didn't kill him.
state police, federal police.
They had to
Maybe
be
they have
federal.
to answer to a state court, like not a district court, not a local court.
But I mean, if the federal police
Hmm.
don't kill you,
Hmm.
this man had an assault weapon,
Yeah.
and they didn't kill him. So why did they
Do
not?
did these police like patrol that area often?
Yeah,
Like
they
that was
were.
there.
Yes.
So did they know him? Maybe.
Uh, now there was the city police.
Okay.
The city police was the one who said they knew him.
Okay.
They knew him.
Hmm.
But these were federal police. And I'm just wondering why they didn't kill him. I just don't understand that.
Mm.
Huh? No, I don't want him
Mhm.
killed.
Yeah.
But when I sit back and I think about every time I turn over and look at that TV, the city of Chicago, they kill.
Mhm.
Okay?
Hmm.
I mean, when the police get behind me, I feel like I need on an adult diaper.
Yeah.
They make me nervous.
Yeah.
You be about to piss on yourself.
It's true.
Okay?
And they're getting
And
more
they
and
get
more. And more.
behind you
Yeah.
and they ride, and you know they running your license, but you know you clean. But
Yeah.
you don't know if that's a dirty cop.
Hmm.
Okay? They could plant something on me.
Hmm.
I'm an old woman.
Hmm.
What would it look like in the newspaper? Somebody robbed the bank and they found the money in my car. And I haven't been even near the bank. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
crazy things happen.
It's true.
Okay?
Chicago's an interesting place. Every mayor that we've ever had has been corrupt. Every governor of Illinois has been
They
like
sure have.
convicted.
They
So
sure
like
have.
it's a very interesting dynamic.
Okay, so I'm going to get out that story because I don't want to harbor on that story too
Yeah.
long. But if somebody has the answer to why those federal cops didn't shoot him, you can always inbox me
Yeah.
on Messenger and tell me why because I want to know.
I don't know. Tell me
Okay,
too.
there's another thing that I must talk about.
What's that?
Jeffrey Epstein
Okay.
committed suicide in federal prison. Okay?
Hmm.
Now, here's a man who's been charged with a bunch of sex crimes
Yes.
pertaining to kids.
Yes.
He's in federal prison, you know, and he had been on suicide watch.
Hmm.
They took him off of suicide watch. Come find out, the guard that was guarding him wasn't even like a guard.
Hmm.
Find out this particular federal prison was short staffed. So I'm trying to find out now where are they going with this story? This man hung himself.
Hmm.
Okay, makes me think, is he really dead? And BS walk. I
That's
mean,
a
I'm
good
just,
quote.
huh?
That's a
They look like they're trying to blow this up where somebody could get some money
hmm
because of his death. You know, they're saying like the prison was understaffed and the guard unsupposed he really wasn't a guard, but he was doing this particular job because they were understaffed. So when you hear stuff like that,
hmm
you know, it sounds like, I don't know, to me, like somebody wants to file a lawsuit against the federal prison system.
Yeah.
Okay. But why would you want to file it for a pedophile?
In my mind, it's like, why are you spending so much time on this? What about the children that have been hurt and taken? What about our system that has been, you know, fostered into allowing these children to fall into the gaps? Why is the media focusing on this? Like, I do care about this person, but what about the people he's hurt? Like, what about
But you know,
yeah,
this is a behavior.
yeah,
Now I'm gonna tell you something. This is a behavior in the United States
hmm
that go all the way back to
oh
slavery.
yeah,
Okay, because
yeah,
master used to go in there and get them young
mhm,
girls and have sex with them.
mhm,
Okay, and make
mhm,
babies.
mhm.
Okay, so that this is not something new.
No,
This is something old. Okay, but a lot of the stuff that they were doing back during slavery time, it's just coming to light.
hmm
Okay,
it just took a different form.
it just taking a different
Hmm.
form. Instead of
Hmm.
this being a black woman
Hmm.
that's being put out there as a sex slave, he's
Hmm.
using the women from his own race.
Hmm.
But my thing is, I don't know, I may be wrong.
What?
It just looks like somebody wants to file a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they're saying all these things. I mean, I'm glad he killed himself.
Hmm.
You know why? Because they might have gave him life. They might have gave him life in prison. And then after he stayed in there a while, that old dummy in the White House might give him a pardon.
Yeah. That's rough, Miss K. I
What I'm saying.
don't. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
These are powerful people with
Yeah.
money,
He supplied some of the wealthiest circles of the United States with
with young
sex
girls,
slaves.
and he had his own island.
Hmm.
Okay.
There's a reason.
All right.
Yeah.
So what goes around comes around. I hate. I mean, I don't know why they're making such a big thing. You know,
Yeah, I don't know. When that happens in the media, it feels like a distraction. Like people are so focused on the mystery of this, but what about the system that caused this person to own an island? Like, what about that?
Hey,
Why don't we write?
when you got money, you can do that. I think if I had some money, I'd buy me an island too. It'd be so far away from the city of
But it's how we got it, not what he got. you know?
Well, you know how they got it. They all the
Yeah.
crooks. They're all the crooks.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say that, when they say blacks built America, was raised all of the industry back then
Mhm.
was built was on
Mhm.
the hands of blacks picking cotton.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This. Yeah.
All of these
We
things.
built this nation.
That's
Yes,
right. That's right.
we did.
So that's why we don't have anything
Mhm.
because they got it.
Mhm.
They got everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you talk about giving reparations to blacks, they don't want to hear that.
Right.
They give it to everybody else, but they refuse to give it to a black.
Mhm.
So we know how they got their wealth. We don't even have to guess how this man got his wealth. He
Mhm.
Epstein Jewish.
Mhm.
Jewish name. We know how he got that money.
Mhm.
Okay. But it's what he did with it. And then he had all his influential friends that were, you know, right along with him. Now, there's one other topic I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about this topic, and then we're going to get ready to get up close and personal with
Okay.
Candace May. I got to pull this one up. This man was a quarterback. I want to find out what team he was quarterback for. And I don't know if he was a league quarterback, but he
Mhm.
was a quarterback. And he was driving his car.
Mhm.
I want to make sure that I got everything. Just hold on, y'all. Give me okay. Okay. Mm-mm. Okay. On August the 8th in 2019, South Carolina Law Enforcement Division received the substance and complete drug analysis. The forensic scientists determined no controlled substance was detected. Now, this is what happened. Here we go. Cops mistook bird poop for cocaine on a Georgian Southern quarterback's car during an arrest last month. And the argument was over the white stuff that was caught on video. I'm trying to find out his name. His name is Wertz. Wertz.
What?
Wertz.
No, I understand the name.
Wertz.
The words that
Wertz.
you said about what's happening with this person.
He's 21 years
Yeah.
old and he was in his car
Okay.
and he was stopped.
I get that. Yeah. Bird poop for cocaine?
He was
Huh?
he was stopped.
And you're police officers and you're supposed
He
to
had
know?
everything that he was supposed to have, but one cop noticed that there was something on his hood.
On
It
the
wasn't
hood.
on him, it was on the outside of the car.
On the out.
And he questioned him about it. And he told him that it was bird poop.
How can you be a police officer and not understand like what a controlled substance looks like?
Well, I don't know. They decided that they wanted to take some of this bird poop. They wanted to get the poop off the car
Mhm.
and they wanted to send it to the lab and have it tested. And when they had it tested, it was bird poop. But here is a young man that he's a quarterback for the who is it? The Eagles? No. Who is he a quarterback for? Mm-mm.
What state was it?
This is South Carolina.
Okay. Jesus.
And they cut that. What makes this is so unique?
Mhm.
You'll have to go to Friends Who Like Rhythm Flow Radio, read the article, but pull up the video. In the video, you can hear him telling them that it's bird poop, and you can hear the officer saying, "I don't think so." You can hear them being all smart.
So that's another thing black people have to do is keep their cars clean.
You
so they
gotta
don't
keep.
get.
Yep. Another thing, you
Okay,
gotta keep your cars
it's
clean.
another list,
Another
another
thing
item
that
to
can
the
happen
list.
to
I got
you
it.
being
Yeah.
black while
Good thing
driving.
I got a car wash like 2 days ago. Yeah, like
And you wouldn't believe me.
yeah.
I hope that I don't get stopped by the police because the whole right side of my car is full of bird poop.
Mm. Mhm.
The whole right side. But I mean, these are things that are happening to black men.
Mhm.
Okay. And like I say, long as we got that, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna call his name, but long as we got him up there in the White House, we're always going to have a problem. Okay, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna let Candace give us another song. And then we're gonna come back and get up close with and personal with Candace. Maybe we'll find out who is she.
Who am I?
All right, we'll be back in a moment.
You the type that'll change your life, make them look at you in a different light. Still been on them 20 years later, just to show a hater that they still a hater. You's a living legend and emancipator. You so live, you creator, player. I mean, you the reason that I'm getting paper. You the I should carry some toilet paper just to wipe me down. Do it better, do it right. Do it different, do it nice. You do the impossible, then do it twice. Yeah. Everybody wanna know why you killing them so hard, why you taking it so hard. Baby girl, you a star. You got it. Yeah, I want it. Baby, you got it. You got it, baby. I love it, got it. Girl, I love it when you do it to me. Girl, I love it when you do it to me. Girl, I love it when you do it to me. Yeah, you got it. I love it. You got it. Girl, I love it when you do it to me. Girl, I love it when you do it to me. You driving them insane, so ain't nobody in your lane. I'm the player, you the coach. Won't you put me in the game? I be surfing on your wave. You the baddest all around. They should call you fire marshal, cause you know you shut it down. You shut it down. Love how you do it.
I walk by faith and not by sight. I walk by faith and not by sight. Lord, please take my hand and see me through the dark. I walk by faith and not by sight. Ooh.
welcome you back to the house at Earlville, the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com. This is Rhythm Flow Radio with the boss lady, Katie Lowe, and sitting to my immediate right is,
Miss Candace May.
all right. Well, I want you all to know that Candace wears many, many hats. Not only is she a singer, you're a writer,
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
and
Uh, yeah. So I write music. I write poetry. I play the guitar and I play the guitar. I taught myself like a year ago, but I'm trained as a singer.
Mhm.
So my first experience with singing at 8 or 9 years old was the Chicago Children's Choir. They literally came to my third grade classroom and they had us like stand in a line and like sing a certain part, and they were like, we picked these three to come. So that was a very exciting moment for me, and I've just been singing my whole life.
Were you born in Chicago?
Yes, ma'am. I was born on the south side,
Girl, if you
actually.
call me man one more time,
What do you want me to call
you
you?
can call my friends call me
I
Katie.
was
If you want to be my friend, you better call me Katie.
I was
Call me man one more time. I know I'm an old lady and stuff, but that ma'am stuff, I'm telling you, I was about to tell a joke
Okay,
about that. Okay.
all right, I'll
Okay.
call you Katie.
All right.
I
I
got it.
appreciate it.
Never again.
Okay.
All right. I was raised very traditional, I
Yeah, I
guess.
know how. You probably
So
like Fred and Cleo raised me.
so it's like it's a natural reaction.
But you can call me Katie. It's
Katie. Okay, Katie. What else you want to know, Katie?
Okay. You were born on the south side of
Mhm.
Chicago.
Mhm.
Okay. You are a songwriter, a guitarist, an educated, and a community organizer.
Yes.
Mhm. My part, what I'd like to know,
What you like?
how old are you,
I'm
if you don't
20.
mind?
I'm 25.
So you a millennial.
Yes, I am a millennial.
Hmm. There's so many other things you could be doing.
Like what?
Like them other millennials. Why are you not like them?
Why am I not like them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know those other millennials.
Yeah. I think. What do you mean? Like without purpose?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got a lot of purpose.
Yeah. Well,
What happened? What happens?
I can't speak for everybody.
Okay, just
I
okay.
speak
What
from my
happened
perspective.
what happened in your
Yeah.
case? Because you know what? I'm gonna say that I was watching the news this morning
Mhm.
and I forgot what suburb. There were 4 or 5 people. They went out and they was still in this man's car.
Mhm.
I think the 14-year-old he killed. The
Mm.
rest of them got away.
Mm.
So that means they were 14. Oldest one was like 19.
Mhm.
What happened to their purpose?
Ooh, that's a heavy question. I don't know each of those people, but
But when kids go
yeah.
astray like that,
Yeah.
when they just go astray,
Yeah.
and can you imagine a 14-year-old boy out at night about, had to be like maybe
Yeah.
after 11 o'clock?
Yeah. Where are your parents? Where are the people that care for you? That would be the first thing that came up in my mind.
Hmm.
It's just like if someone's doing that and taking things of value from somebody else, they obviously don't see the value in work.
In themselves?
And or just working in general,
Okay.
like there's merit in discipline and working towards a goal and fine tuning yourself. And I guess I definitely feel people my age or people I've interacted with in general, there's kind of a disconnect. A really good artist that I look up to, I can't really remember her name right now. The she basically said everyone wants the look of success. Everyone wants to be presented on social media and Instagram about being successful, about going here, traveling there, but they don't want the work. They don't want to do the work that it takes to like doing all those tedious emails, answering all those things, going to all those places, disciplining yourself, getting up early, going to bed late. So and when I saw that, I think I was like scrolling through my Instagram and I
Hmm.
saw that she posted that. And I think it really rang true for me. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm perfect. because I'm not. I'm not perfect, but I wasn't just my parents didn't just have me, they raised me. They instilled values and purpose in me with God. So
Hmm.
that even if I mess up or because I do all the time, I always come back to that, to where my roots are. And I think, or just an overarching theme, not even just my generation, but a lot of, because I'm a very spiritual person.
Okay.
I feel as if there's a general like a lot of people aren't rooted in anything. I don't see deep values with family or with community or understanding the purpose of that. Not that I've seen.
Black people were their roots. They come out of the church.
Mhm.
Everything that they did,
Mhm.
their schools, their what is that the HBC, the historically black colleges
Yeah.
and university. They were born in the church.
Mhm.
So I mean that's where our soul come from.
Yeah.
When we were children, even when you read slave stories or see movies,
Mhm.
they always had that church. So what happened with us today?
Mhm.
Did we lose that church part, or did the church uh, say? How can I say? Did the church get too big? Because some of the churches, they look like they more after money.
Mhm.
It's like,
It's a show.
yeah, it definitely
Yeah, I
is.
definitely I definitely have felt that at some churches I've been to. It's kind of
So do you think that's part of our disconnect?
maybe. Hmm. I think just in general, there's just a lack of like intention around spirituality and understanding that. Like when I've talked to other people my age about why they may not go to church consistently or they may have a problem or a God complex with their creators because of hurt that other human beings have done to them.
Mhm.
But it's not what it's like that's what I've experienced. It's mostly like, oh well, I have been hurt by this person who had this power and this influence over me, so I'm not going to go back to this place and I'm not going to serve where I'm not going to serve or be connected to a spiritual purpose or to God because of a human being. So, and I've lived in that too. I've had hurt by different churches, different people, different influential people that have disappointed me, but I still came back and I still well, I needed that. I needed that to keep me grounded and to keep my purpose alive, to keep my hope and my faith alive, to continue to work in my community wherever I may be or
Mhm.
end up, even though I was born here and I'm back here. That's just something I'm going to do. Period. That's yeah.
So do you think, because you say your father was a retired police,
Mhm.
and I know your mother's a minister because I
Mhm.
met her, I know
Mhm.
her. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you think that has had a lot of influence
Oh
on your?
yeah,
Okay.
most definitely.
I know, cause some preachers' kids are bad. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yet again, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm perfect, because I'm most definitely not, and I can understand the pressure of being a pastor's kid.
Okay.
I definitely have felt that and still feel that a lot of the time, the pressure to be perfect. Um, and to always say the right things or do the right things or hit the right note when you're singing in
Mhm.
church, because I sang in church my whole life. So yeah, I don't know, I guess it's God first
Mhm.
and then my parents have definitely I'm close with them, so they've definitely influenced me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of parents don't know where their kids are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I want to talk to you about, what is a AmeriCorps?
AmeriCorps is a national community service. So um, it was started by, I want to say, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. No, that's too far back.
Oh, that's way back.
That's way too far back. Strike
Damn.
that.
Damn.
Sorry.
I'm an old
Sorry.
lady, and that's definitely
AmeriCorps,
before my time.
AmeriCorps, if they're not paying attention, I'm not wearing any AmeriCorps decal right now, so we should be fine. But
Okay.
so apprentices president started it.
Mhm.
I will inbox you with the information or post an article. I'll post an article and like different links about
Okay,
AmeriCorps
you
on
can
the
post
Facebook.
it on Friends Who Like Rhythm
Yeah,
Flow Radio.
yeah, I will definitely will. So AmeriCorps is basically a program where my specific is AmeriCorps. You would do administrative work in a nonprofit or like an agency that's related to a nonprofit organization. So, like a nonprofit, meaning a 501c3. So, anything like any income that they would take in from fundraising isn't taxed or anything like that because they're not. They
Mhm.
literally are not making a profit to continue to do their work. So, what I am doing is working at the University of Illinois in Chicago
Mhm.
with a program called Project More. So specifically, I would be facilitating different programs for Head Start, for parents who have children in Head Start and stuff like that. But so there's three like heads of AmeriCorps.
Mhm.
There's AmeriCorps Vista, which I mentioned, where like that's why I explained all that. That's me. You're doing administrative, and then there's AmeriCorps in Triple C, which does they go like across the nation, and it's like typically 18 to 24 because it's mostly physical work. Like so they're going into like disaster areas and like for example like Louisiana, like rebuilding homes or like doing more physical work, so like construction work, stuff like that. Um, and yes, so there's that AmeriCorps Vista and then AmeriCorps, but basically you can get a living stipend to have a term. So for like I have a term of 11 months.
Mhm.
So I you live right at the poverty line.
Mhm.
So it's about 12,000 for the whole year
Whew.
of work. So I work 40 hours a week.
For $12,000 a year.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I get a 6,800 educational grant.
Oh, you get an educational grant.
Yeah, at the end.
Okay.
So
I
there
was just
is
finna say, baby, you got to do better than that.
yeah.
Mm.
But I think yeah, when I tell people that number, they're like, Jesus, like why are you doing all this work for all these people and
Well,
teaching classes and doing all this? But I understand that. But I think it's important to yet again, like what I talked about, the importance of community and serving where you live and serving the people that live around you and understanding where their needs are. So, and I think AmeriCorps is a really good vehicle for millennials
mhm.
to who are faced with insurmounting college debt that has never existed before. Like, I think the last statistic that I saw was like college is like 200% more expensive than it was than the generation before. So like my parents that are in their 60s now paid way less for college. So if I just think anybody that I meet that's my age, I definitely try to encourage them to do AmeriCorps, see what it is. Like if you have a degree, you can be an AmeriCorps like Vista leader. So that gives you a little bit more autonomy if you serve a couple terms.
I want to ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said your appointment was for 11 months,
Yes.
and after you do this 11 months, you're gonna get a $6,800 stipend to help you go to college.
Yeah, it's an
Can
educational
you do
grant.
that? Can you do that every year?
Well,
Can
you can only do three. You
you
can
can do
only do
three?
three.
Oh
You can
wow,
only
that's
do
great.
three full terms. So
Mm-hmm.
this is my last AmeriCorps term. I
Okay.
did actually, well, I did one in Arkansas,
What
and
part?
I did one Jonesboro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right by. Actually, it was for local government, but it was right by Arkansas State. And then I did another one in community planning and development in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And now I decided to do one since I'm back home, just to kind of like, I've been a child in Chicago, but I've never been a woman and working, you know what I mean? So I wanted something to like help facilitate my professional career
Hmm.
here,
Okay.
and try to foster those connections. So
So you said a person could do this 3 times.
yeah, they could do this three times. And there's also senior core. So if you're like an older person,
Hmm.
you can also do like the same thing, like administrative work or whatever you can do.
And I'm gonna get $1,200 a year. And then they're gonna give me a stipend and help me go to
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
You gonna
And you
give me
can
you gonna give me this information before
yeah. And you can give it to like a grant, like any relative that is in college. If you want to give them your educational grant, you can give it to them.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me back this train up. Did you say it was 40 hours a week?
Yeah, well, depending. You can get like a part-time you can get a part-time term of service, or you can get a full-time, but that decreases your educational grant.
No, no. That sounds like something that would be good to do
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
give it away.
Mhm.
I mean, if especially if you know a kid that needs to go to school and
Mhm.
parents don't have the money,
Exactly.
that
Mhm.
would be a great gift.
Mhm.
I want that information.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
sure
No, definitely.
do.
I'll send it to you and I'll post it on the page.
Okay. Do you have any other projects that you're working on?
I So I recently released some children's music, and I didn't perform all of the songs that I recently released last fall. So I'm working on a book for the butterfly song that I wrote for some of the kids that I worked with, and it's basically about believing in yourself, like the phases of a butterfly and coming out of your cocoon and like having the support of your community to do it. But like I wanted to articulate those things in those kind of like very heady things in a very simple way. So I'm trying for it, and hopefully I can get it published by my birthday. That's my goal to myself. And so working on that and surviving, working this AmeriCorps term,
Yeah,
and
they're working that
yeah,
miracle for that
yeah,
money.
trying to pay stuff, trying to
Wow.
yeah. So
Mm. That's just not a lot of money. That's all I can say.
no, but
You know.
I make it
But
work.
I mean, but the
Yeah, it's
cause,
just
what you
me.
said you're
Yeah,
doing, what
yeah,
you're doing it for,
yeah.
it'll help you continue your education
Oh,
and
definitely.
yeah.
And I think the places that it puts you,
Hmm.
and the professional experience that you get as a young person,
Hmm.
because a lot of people want to give you, no offense to internships, a lot of people want to give you internships, but you can't survive at all. Like you don't get anything. So I think this is a AmeriCorps. If millennials or people who have a lot of stuff on their plate, if they
Hmm.
want professional experience, and there's so many programs you can do. You can be a photographer associate with AmeriCorps. You can be a facilitator like me, like a teacher, because
Hmm.
I'm getting my degree in education. There's so many things and it's national. So you don't. It's not just for Illinois. It's for all 50 states. So you can go to Hawaii.
So is this a government program?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
government program.
Okay.
It's governmentally funded. For now, Donald,
Hmm.
that
You
person
can just say
is
45. I won't get
is
mad at you.
that administration, I'll say it as that, is definitely trying to make sure is definitely to make sure that um is decreased and removing funding from that, because they don't find merit in volunteerism, in people working for free because or for free or at the poverty line, because they don't see the merit in it. You're just supposed to make money. So
Okay. Is there anything you want to leave the show with before I say my 10 cent channel?
I want to say thank you for this opportunity. I want to say thank you for everyone for listening, and for sharing with me today. And I'm excited for the future.
And tell them that I'll be back.
Like she said, I'll be back, to talk about more stuff, to talk about my experiences. I definitely want to share my journey in coming back home, in serving my community now that I'm back in Chicago, and I've brought all these experiences with me. So I'm just excited for the future, and I want to say thank you, and I'm grateful, and peace and blessings to everybody listening.
Okay. I got something to say. While we're doing this, you can take your perspective spot if you can. But I do have something that I want to say before you do that.
Mhm.
I want everybody to remember this and remember this well. Do not get upset when Black people are misportrayed in the mainstream media. They use their media to reflect their views. So we should build a black media to reflect ours.
Hmm.
I found this on social media and this stuck in my head. Every time I do this show, I'm going to quote this. So because I'm one of those that I get mad when I see some black people misportrayed in the black media, in the white media, I get mad.
Hmm.
So that's why I got this voice, so I can get it off my chest. Okay. Listen, I want to thank everybody for listening in. This is the house that Earl built. Remember, if your favorite show is Dana being Dana, the Drive at Five, he said, she said, the J Spot, making waves, Miss Darcy. Here's the life of Rhythm Flow Radio. They are everywhere, accessible anywhere at any time. You can always click on your favorite show on intellectualradio.com, wherever you are, at home or on the other side of the world. Okay, self love, self respect, self worth, they all start with self. Remember, it's not what you are that holds you back, it's what you think you are not. Think about yourself and enjoy the week. And we're going to let you get over there with your, what is that, a ukulele guitar?
Get to Laylee.
Get to lady.
Hmm.
And I've learned a new term, get to lady. We're going to let you get over there and take the show out. Listen, we thank everybody for listening.
Echo, don't wanna let it go. Echo, don't wanna let you, don't wanna let you go. Echo, don't wanna let you go. Echo, 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 don't wanna let it go. Echo, don't wanna let
This is the butterfly song. This is the butterfly song. And we will sing it all day long. One day, there was a caterpillar, and his name was Larry. Larry was crawling through his garden, and he saw a very big green leaf. Larry decided to wiggle up that leaf and take a bite. But he needs some help chewing. Can we help him chew? Awesome. On my count. 1, 2, 3, go. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp. This is the butterfly song. This is the butterfly song. And we will sing it all day long. Oh, Larry is very sleepy. He ate so much thanks to you. He decided to take a nap, but some help going to sleep. So what I need you to do is put your finger out in front of you and go shush, shush, shush. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Shush, shush, shush. Good job. Shush, shush, shush. Shush, shush, shush. Shush, shush, shush. This is the butterfly song. This is the butterfly song. And we will sing it all day long. Shh. Good night, Larry.
I love you, Wonder Bee.